Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I have one of my friends right here, a talking sock. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
So,
Hello, I am A Talking Talk. Hello.
yeah. For once, you guys can't see my face cam, but today we are going to be talking about Pokemon Snap. You got anything to say about this?
I've been looking forward to this one for a really long time. Serendipitously, it was announced like a day or two after I started my YouTube channel. It's we're actually making good on a promise here that's almost a year old because Detroit Gamer, you were like my 6th or 7th subscriber actually.
Yeah, something
And
like that.
yeah. So he sort of said at one point, that if we ever wanted to discuss a new Pokemon trailer, more Pokemon information when it comes around, that we would. And here we are all this time later, and we finally got more information on new Pokemon Snap.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie. I was at work when the trailer dropped. I was like, "Crap! I need to swipe this off. I cannot see a thing, not even the thumbnail." But what about you? Like how shocked were you when you saw the notification?
I don't have notifications turned on for like the Pokemon Company or Nintendo or really any of those big media things. I remember I heard FU Game Crew actually reported on it. Subscribe to shout out to them. That there was like a rumor, like Cerebi or somebody picked up there was going to be a Pokemon announcement. I didn't think it would be like the following morning, but I woke up, I saw a new Pokemon Snap trailer, and I was like, all right, finally. It's I don't know if your audience is probably a little more Pokemon knowledgeable than I am, but I sort of fell out of favor with the series around the DS era, and the Pokemon spin-offs have really just been my main source of enjoyment for the Pokemon franchise for a while now.
Yeah.
And Pokemon Snap is like one of my all-time favorite spin-offs they've ever done. I'm so happy that it's getting a sequel.
Same. I never owned an N64 when I was younger. My neighbor actually owned Pokemon Snap, so it's a very vivid memory. But I still remember like a lot of stuff because I've seen like Game Grumps play it and like other YouTubers. But like all those memories were coming back for me. I'm like, oh my god, I miss this game. And as you guys can see, I have a reaction up actually. Go check that out on my channel. Like I was like saying like, oh my god, look at the graphics, they are so nice. I mean, obviously Gen 8, 25 years later, of course we're going to be having better graphics than the N64. But like Pokemon did their thing. Like I have the video up. I'm not going to play it because of copyright reasons, but I'm just going to have like a pause thing. But like as you can see,
Right, little screenshot.
yeah. Like there's like a scene like when the kid's just walking up and he goes up to the sign just like those Starlies. I was like, "Oh my god, look how nice it is. It's like the sun is shining on them. That shows it in the game. Not a lot of games show that kind of stuff and like shading as well."
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It looks, far better than Sword and Shield. I don't know if that's still controversial to say or not, but I'm really not a fan of the what do you call them? Generation 8? Is that what we're on? Generation 8?
Yes,
Not a big
Generation
fan
8.
of those. Yeah, but Pokemon Snap, this game is being developed by what are they called? Namco Bandai, Bandai Namco. I forget
Yep.
that Namco and Bandai, they merged a couple years back. I forget what order you say their name in. But they develop some really pretty games. They partnered with Nintendo a lot in recent years, obviously with Smash Brothers for Wii U and even other Pokemon projects like Pokken Tournament. So yeah, this looks great. And the animations on the Pokemon here, it's got to be, one of the defining things about the original Pokemon Snap was how cool it was to see the Pokemon in like their own environment, like
Yeah.
without human interference, trainer interference. And seeing those elements carry over into this new game, like seeing the Pinsir and the Heracross fighting and stuff like that, it's so cool.
Oh my god, I know. I remember like the first time I watched through it, I didn't even realize that Pinsir and Heracross were even fighting, and then I had to go back just to like look at like little details, and I was like, oh my god, they still have battling in this game. Like Snap Snap. All you're doing is literally you're going into the environment and you're just looking at Pokemon be Pokemon, like living their day by day lives, and you just got to catch those moments.
Yeah, you got to catch them all, but on film, as it were. Now,
Exactly.
I played the original Pokemon Snap on Wii Virtual Console, actually, and enjoyed it a lot. I didn't know anything about it before going into it when I did back in the day, and it was just such a magical experience. I wonder, like, I'm gonna try and not look at too much. I hope there aren't too many more trailers or coverage of this game before April 30th when it releases, because I'd like to go in like as blind as I can to sort of discover those moments for myself. I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, same. And honestly, like I remember like how like blocky the N64 was. But like that was back in what 1999, 98 the game came out.
Yeah, 1999 or 98. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been over 20 years since I've like even seen. Well, no, okay, I wouldn't say over 20 years, but over 20 years since the original was released. Because I know a lot of YouTubers were psyched about this when the first trailer came out. I I wouldn't be surprised if I heard people screaming down my street.
It's a fan favorite for a very good reason. Now, like as for the gameplay itself, obviously for those who aren't familiar, it's on rails. It moves automatically. Your hover car, and you start at one place and you end up in another. At least in the original, that was really it. There were a couple diverging paths, but not many. And you discover secrets and get new levels by sort of like pushing the Pokemon to do certain things. You've got 3 items in the original game: apples, pester balls, and a flute. The flute makes Pokemon dance, or sometimes like enrages them. It wakes up Snorlax, obviously. A lot of fun stuff like that. Apples, you can throw at Pokemon, get them to eat it, make them look nice and happy for their pictures. Pester balls, they pester the Pokemon. You throw it at them, and it sort of like peeves them off a little bit, makes them dizzy, makes them angry.
Oh yeah, because
And the way you'd unlock levels in the original game is like, I remember, for instance, if you threw a pester ball at a Squirtle, it would go into its shell and roll uphill at a Mankey, and the Mankey would fall off the hill, and then when you came back around to the other side of the hill to see that Mankey, you'd throw a pester ball at him, and he'd fall backwards onto a switch, and that would unlock the next level.
yep.
And it's stuff like that.
Yeah, and then there were
Really creative.
oh yeah, big time. And then there was like also like you could only find Pokemon like certain Pokemon if you did certain things, like let's say like the Gyarados, you had to like hit a Magikarp in the waterfall, correct?
Yes, you had to throw the Magikarp. You used a Pester Ball in the lake to get the Magikarp, but you had to do it 3 times to get him over to where the waterfall was. And
Okay.
there was a tunnel level where you could only unlock the next level, the volcano, by throwing an apple at an electrode, which made it explode, revealing the next place. A lot of stuff, like we could cover all that, but as for like new things, I'm sure there are like what 900 something Pokemon now.
Yeah,
Like,
there's about like 910. I want to say like next generation they're gonna bring around the 1000th Pokemon.
yeah, so there's no shortage of Pokemon that could do all sorts of creative, wacky things to unlock new levels. I hope they keep that kind of progression for this next game. I expect that it's going to be streamlined in a lot of ways,
That's what a lot of
but
people
I
were
really
saying.
hope that yeah, I really hope that level of discovery is still there. That no hand holding, just pure adventure.
Go in the
Because
world
obviously
and
in the
have
original
fun.
game, yeah, go into the world and have fun. The original game, the levels were not that long, only like a couple minutes, but your incentive to go back is to try to get Pokemon in different poses, or maybe you didn't have enough film to get all the pictures you wanted. Maybe you found out a way you can get a Pokemon to do a better pose. And in just like trial and error, trying different things, it's eventually you'd stumble upon maybe a good picture opportunity or maybe like a whole new level. And that I want them to keep that progression system because it's very rewarding and it's very organic. to like the Pokemon world, which is something that I feel like the Pokemon franchise as a whole needs more of. I feel like too much of the Pokemon media we've been getting in recent years feels very artificial, like too gamey, too still, not true to life.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one problem I probably have with like Sword and Shield. I mean, like they added like real like Pokemon on the in the outside battle, whatever you call it, in like the actual world, like you can actually like run up to them and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah, and encounters, yeah, they're
yeah,
on the overworld.
yeah, that was one huge thing people have been begging Pokemon to do ever since in Generation 4 they let Pokemon follow you, which they brought back in Gen 8 if you got the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doing like little things like that can make the Pokemon just feel like more alive. But this game, they have Pokemon doing stuff like they have a Primarina like singing in like the sunset, and it's just so beautiful, like with like the bubbles, because that's what a Primarina would do. It's one of the it's like one of those mermaids that like sing and bring ships in and kill everybody.
Yeah, siren, as it were.
Siren, that's the name. And then like there's like another scene where Hippowdon would just be chilling in the desert, just with like just sand coming out of its back and a Shiftry in the fog.
There's a lot of really neat moments to look at in this trailer, and hopefully a ton more that haven't been spoiled yet that I'm really looking forward to. And yeah, the Pokemon franchise, Sword and Shield, it is great that you can see Pokemon on the overworld before you battle them, but the draw distance is weak. The worlds themselves are very barren. The textures are very flat. You can see them pop in and out of the distance. A lot of their walking speeds when they walk behind you aren't consistent. The scaling of the Pokemon is also weird. When you go into battles, like you could see a massive Wailord, but then it's smaller than your character when you actually fight it.
Yeah, I wish
there are a lot of little, like there's not a lot of attention to detail in Sword and Shield. They cut a lot of corners in terms of like getting the game out there. There isn't a lot of passion or love, which may not entirely be Game Freak's fault. It may more so be the Pokemon Company, giving them a deadline that they just can't meet, maybe just a little bit too ambitious. And, hopefully, I don't know how feasible it is, but I'd really like for Pokemon to, if a brief hiatus is what it takes, take a brief hiatus. Go a year or two without Pokemon games or anime or cards or whatever, and then come back with something incredible. That's my stance on the matter.
Yeah, but then
but in the meantime, Pokemon Snap. Ooh boy, looking forward to that.
Oh, but one thing I want to talk about is the ending of the trailer, because this is only a minute and a half trailer. When it showed like that like special Meganium, I was like, why is it so big? Like, is this Dynamax or something? So there's going to be some kind of secret in this game that I will definitely find out for everyone.
Yeah, I did think it was a little odd that there was like, it looked like there was a special cutscene for the Meganium. Whereas like, I wasn't really thrown off by the size. I guess I just sort of always pictured that Meganiums would be that size, but but yeah, it's that animation. It makes me feel like it's probably some sort of a special encounter, something. The flowers are glowing. Like maybe if you coerce it with a pester ball or a flute or something, you can get it to do that to the flowers, and that unlocks a new level or something. Maybe I'm just spitballing. Either way,
Probably.
yeah. I made a whole video back in the day, back when I didn't even have double digits in subscribers, talking about 10 things that I'd like to see in new Pokemon Snap, and it still holds up today. It's just that the audio is a little crude. Didn't have a proper microphone back then. But yeah, I should probably refer to that when going over this discussion, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, that's fine. I mean, like everyone started at the beginning. Like I didn't have that much money, so like I had to use a Mac for my my gameplays, like early YouTubing. That was not fun.
Oh yeah. I don't mean to say that I'm like ashamed of where I came from or anything. I just mean that I probably should have came into this discussion a little more prepared with my like hopes and wants or whatever. But just like based on the trailer itself, I don't want to be a broken record. I just sort of feel like, I've got the same thing to say, and I keep saying it over and over and over. The original is so brilliant. I hope this one is as brilliant at least.
I mean, that's what most people would think about that. But I want to get back to the Meganium. For some reason, like, they're specializing the Meganium on the case, I've noticed.
Yeah, it is featured prominently on the box art.
Which I was like, okay, this Meganium is very special. It's not going to happen with every Pokemon. It's going to happen with this one Meganium. Which I'm like, why Meganium though? Like, it's like one of like the least popular starters. I love Meganium still, truly, but like you still have like, obviously, the three Kanto starters, the Sinnoh starters, which they could have done actually, because like Gen 4 remakes might be coming soon. So that could have been like a nod, like, hey, this is gonna come out in November or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. It seems likely.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's with games, I know that Pokemon is constantly advertising itself because it's got a gazillion different, thumbs in the media pie, cards, TV shows, movies, merchandise, games, etc., etc. But the original Pokemon Snap, obviously, people are going to look at Pikachu, look at Jigglypuff, all that, want to watch the TV show, play the card games, buy the Christmas album or whatever. But it stands the test of time because it's not in your face with it. So, if there's like a noticeable emphasis on Sinnoh Pokemon in this game, that, might be like I don't think that they would develop a game with the intention of we're going to write it specifically so that it's a big advertisement for an upcoming game. I'd prefer it stand the test of time, in that sense.
exactly. But yeah, honestly, because like this was like a short, like this was like a very short trailer. Not much was shown, but enough to where we were able to like discuss on stuff.
Absolutely. I'm not like, not game explain. I'm not going in there watching the thing at 0.25% speed and pointing out every different Pokemon and what they're going to do. Mainly because, I'd want to, for as much footage as I've seen, I'm not ruminating on it as much. There's obviously standout moments, like you said, the Meganium or the bug Pokemon battling. But I want to go in with surprise and delight.
Exactly. But yeah, I think we've gone over everything that we want to talk to. You have anything else to say about this discussion?
I think I've covered it all. It's just one other noticeable thing before we go. I noticed that for the cutscenes, like at the start of the trailer, it still says game footage not final in the bottom with little semi-transparent text.
Oh,
Now
wow.
this game is coming out in a couple months. So and I noticed that there was a couple times where the frame rate dropped too. But that initial trailer, that teaser trailer, looked beautiful. So hopefully they can spend some time. Hopefully they don't have to crunch or anything. But hopefully Namco Bandai or whoever's developing these games, fine tuning it, can get it to where they focus on the performance or the visuals. Like pick one and have it be consistent. If it's gonna
Exactly.
look a little worse than it runs or run a little worse than it looks, don't compromise. I don't want lag in my Pokemon Snap game.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, here, fingers crossed that development is going smoothly and that the final product is something we can appreciate.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching this little discussion video. Thank you, Talking Sock, for coming on. I really do appreciate it. I've been wanting to do a discussion video with you for so long now, but there just hasn't been really any Pokemon stuff lately. And then,
Yeah, this has been fun. Thank you for having me on.
uh, nope. Thank you for coming along.
All right. Well, if you came over here to hear this discussion from my channel, be sure to give Detroit give him a sub, guys. If you enjoy Pokemon playthroughs and things of that ilk, he's your guy.
And then if you guys, this man, he does like discussion videos like this for all gaming types. And then, what else do you
Oh,
do?
yeah, you don't you don't have to give me the plug. That's fine. I'm just here to have a discussion, man. Thanks again for having me on, and thank you all for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Dope.